to kick off for the Broncos.
Both teams sitting at 1-2 coming into this one. Somebody's going to get back to 500 here in week 4 as away we go. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
11.
First get of the game here to Chase Brown. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Let's get set. Cut. 180. 11 coming. Cut.
Give on 2nd, it's Brown. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. About set. This is 3rd and 5.
Gun. Cut. 180.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. Pass it downfield. It's Chase. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A pickup of 17. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. That's a nice quick correction for this front Bronc. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
180. 11. Stop.
Here's Brown again. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
You want to drain some of the excitements of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
180. Cut.
Burrow setting up the play action. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Give him 13 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
Those routes across the field become oh so dangerous the longer that play progresses. It gives him more time to get free. Wiggle away from that man-to-man coverage. With enough time, it's almost inevitable. He'll find enough space for a completion.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Burrow from the gun. Into the end zone, but not brought in. It falls incomplete. And will bring up 3rd down. All right, partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
He's got a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals finish up an excellent opening series. So a very run-heavy approach to this one thus far. Hard to argue with the results as they start out with a touchdown, Brock.
Yep, even in a passing league, Kate, it's how a lot of teams like to start, right? Everybody loves to think of winning the line of scrimmage. Why? It sets up play action. It makes your protections a little bit easier. Win the line of scrimmage in this league, you have to win the game.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Opening play, and Bo will throw. Has him on a quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. The rookie out of Alabama there on the tackle. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He finds his running back, R.J. Harvey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Nix from the gun. Drops it down. Harvey. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 43-yard line.
Throwing again. Here's Nix. Short pass brought in. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. This one goes for 3 yards. And it's going to be 1st down Denver. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So his first blemish, Brock, after that perfect 4-for-4 start. And wouldn't expect one incompletion, though, to stop him from leaning on him this opening drive.
No, I don't think so. And I think more than anything, you see the defense kind of...
Trouble brewing, and the Bengals bring him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Bombers.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The Bengals are out in front. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long. 3rd and long for him here. Gets it downfield on target to Sutton. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Opening script working gangbusters so far. 1st and 10 now at the 29. Now set up the screen here. It's Harvey. Still has room inside the 15. And he has it all the way down to the 8. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on a screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Bombers.
From the red zone on 1st. Makes the catch. And that play is brought to a halt. They're going to say at the 5-yard line.
There's no question, Kate, the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos finish up their opening drive. All right, so we're already into the second quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, and if opportunities with the ball are going to be as infrequent as they've been to start this game, you're going to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are a perfect 1-for-1.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On one, ready?
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Here's Brown to start the drive. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Brown gets it again here on 2nd. All right, short on marker for the moment, but they've got 3rd and short coming up from their own 44.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
3rd and 1, Burrow dumps it off to his running back. Wow, and they're actually going to lose some yardage here as they fail to convert. Now they're facing 4th down. The Bengals send out the punting unit. It'll be Ryan Rico doing the honors. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. Nothing to complain about on this return as he gets it beyond the 30. And 10 from the 32. They fake the handoff. Now Nix. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
2nd and 10 now from the 32 after the incompletion. The draw, they give to Harvey. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
And better luck next time for you. I feel for those running backs because that blitz was drawn up to hit him right in the mouth.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? They'll air it out on 3rd. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Kate, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that 3rd down stop.
Hauls in this punt at the 8. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down.
At their own 25-yard line.
On one, ready?
After this one, we're going to hit the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
They send the tight end in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Dumped off to his running back. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Burrow trying on 4th down. Got his man. Hopkins has it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for the Bengals.
Here we go.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Fits it through the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. New set of downs for them. It starts at the 38.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow now on 1st down. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it sets up 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's going to get him 7 there. It's 3rd down coming up.
Hey, we got to keep
Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle the line. 3rd and short, it's Burrow. Throw left side, caught by Higgins. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. 6-yard gain on the play. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the 1st down.
180. 12.
1st down, Burrow to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
On 2nd and 10 now, it's Burrow. One is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line.
180. 11.
Sticking in the air, it's Burrow. Throw right side is caught by Hopkins. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
14-yard line.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13. Stop.
To the air again. It's Burrow. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Bengals take the lead just before halftime. DeAndre Hopkins, the touchdown. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7.
Broncos 7.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
At their own 20-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He's back to throw. Has him on a quick hitter. And some excellent work to drive him all the way up past the 30-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break.
Oh, my son! Ready!
Run left side, Harvey. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. On to handle the kickoff. Marvin Mims now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's first and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Going to the ground again on first. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Nix from the gun. And let's get to him and take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Okay, that was so good, really, on two levels there defensively. Number one, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Here he goes, third and long. Skips it short of his man. That brings up fourth down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
That's taken on the 7. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20.
First down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes first and 10.
Here we go, 11.
Burrow. Short pass brought in. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
Move the chain! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Here we go.
Brown on the inside give. Drops that first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow from the gun. Higgins downfield, and he has it. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Give him 38 on that one. And the Bengals have a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Burrow on first down. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core. Football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Burrow out of the shotgun. And down he goes. The Bronco defense gets there. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on third down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Here we go.
From the gun on third down, it's Burrow. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. It's about 43 yards for it. McPherson's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It's dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got first and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And set up the screen here, it's Harvey. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
He's found some space as he crosses the 45. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. A pickup of 17. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
There's the fake. Here's Nix. He finds Ingram working downfield here. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go. Just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's first and goal. They'll run here. It's Harvey. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. They kept Left it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35.
I'm one, ready?
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
This drive will begin with a run by Brown. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
They'll run again with Brown. And all he can get is a yard here, Brown. It's going to be 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. 180. It's hot.
Throwing is Burrow. Dumps it off to his running back. Play not developing as they had hoped. That's a loss of yardage, Brock. 4th down coming up. They'll send out the punting unit. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards.
1st and 10. At their own 16-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Harvey. Still motoring past the 30. Through midfield. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 4th quarter lead. Now a try to go up by 4. Put it out of the range of a field goal. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos take a 4-point lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
180. Stop.
They'll try it right with Brown. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Stop right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
180. Stop.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Hunts it downfield. It's Chase. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. And it's a pickup of 33 yards. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
1st and 10.
Done.
32-yard line.
180.
Man in motion here.
Stop.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Broncos all around him, and down he goes.
Here we go.
Goes to the hurry-up offense here.
A 10-yard loss on the play. It's 2nd down.
Stop.
Looking to throw, Burrow. Off his back foot, he hucks this one. He's got it inside the 10. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, first and goal.
Here we go.
Chase coming in motion right. Brown on first and goal. How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Another chance at it on second and goal, still from the 5.
Let's be set.
Line up the design keeper. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Only a yard that time. A defensive stand brewing here, and it brings up third and goal.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
11 MT.
Now to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals jump in front late. T. Higgins, the touchdown. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10. They'll look to throw it. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
At the 49-yard line.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
Hold on a second.
Back to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Here he is to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running.
Broncos, first down. First and 10.
Setting up to pass. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Pat Bryant on that throw, and that'll bring up second down.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Second and 10, still at the 28.
Captain. Hold on a second.
They'll throw again. Nix. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Throwing now. That's caught for the first. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Once more, it's Nix. Forced back to his right. To the end zone, but incomplete. He couldn't get it. That's going to set up 2nd and goal. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete. All right, so defensively you've seen 2 throws now, and you turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on 3rd and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Here he goes, one final shot. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Yeah, so a bit stubborn there, Brock. They just kept throwing for it after pass fell incomplete. Now they've got 4th and goal.
Yeah, and you and I both know what's going to happen. When these old linemen run off the sidelines, big fellas, they're not going to be too happy about not putting 1 run on the board.
No, sir. This could be the snap that decides this game. It's 4th and goal.
Oh, my son! Olay, olay! Armors, olay, olay, olay! Olay, olay, olay!
One final shot here. It's intercepted! That will do it! Look at Xavier Woods in there to pick it off. And the Bengals will be set up in the 20-yard line following that interception. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And it's going to be